Welcome to Legal Cyber Academy, and today I'll be showing you how to make an image using X-Ways Forensics. This video will be part 1 of 2, which in the second video I will show you how to process the actual image we're making today. Alright, to get started, up on the top menu bar we have here, Tools is one of the options. You can go ahead and click on that and hit Open Disk right below. This will show you a list of all your logical volumes or physical drives you have on the computer. Another thing you can do if you want to start creating your disk image, just go to File on the top left, hit Create Disk Image, and then you get to that same menu there. On the bottom, I'm just going to pick my option for my 8GB drive, hit OK, and then here we have our disk image options. So the first option here is raw image. This is just a regular image of the data, nothing else, no metadata, compression, any sort of other functionality that your E01 may have, which is the option below I selected. For E01, it's a more traditional format that offers compression, can split the image into multiple smaller files, which is good for storage and transferring purposes, and it contains metadata like the disk's geometry and hash values. Underneath of that, we have the path and the file name. I'm just going to select the folder I made on my desktop here called X-Ways Test for Video. I'm going to open, save it to that. And here we have examiner. I'm just going to say test examiner, but you'd most likely want to put your name for that option. And then for the internal description we have, just add a brief description of the evidence. For me, I'll just write test image on gigabyte drive for video. Afterwards, we go to the hash options on the right. MD5 and SHA-256 are selected. You can change to a lot of different hash values, but the more traditional are usually MD5, SHA-1, SHA-256, although SHA-1 and MD5 are less secure. That's why I also did SHA-256 just for this video. And afterwards, we have our compression speed and the amount of compression we want. I'll keep it on fast and adaptive just for the sake of this video, but you can set it to high compression, but that also means it'll take longer, process will be slower, but overall afterwards when the image is done, that image will be smaller. So it just depends how much compression you need or want. Afterwards, we have the encryption box. We'll go ahead and check that here. Then we have 128-bit AES and then 256-bit AES. For this purpose, I'll just keep it at 128-bit. If it is really sensitive or something you're doing for work, you might want to do 256-bit just to be more secure. But for the sake of this example, we don't need anything like that. And then the option prevent unencrypted copies, that's more just for enhancing the security of it if you don't want the data to be exported, saved, or copied in its unencrypted form. Again, we don't really need that for this sake, so we're going to leave that unchecked. And then we have our split image into different segments option. Here I just have it to do every 4096 megabytes, about every 4 gigabytes. So here we can hit OK, and then I'll do my password for the encryption. Already had one entered before. Let's write one here. There we go. And then now it'll start making the image of the drive for me. Gives a time estimate. Usually depends, it's not always that accurate. You can see the data being read and then what's written for the image. You can change the compression during the imaging process, which is nice, but it'll only change it for the future imaging, not anything it's already done. And then this little bar on the bottom we have here with all the blue it has currently, and also the little bit of white on the left here. The blue means how much of it is actually being compressed, so a lot of this so far has been compressed. And then in the beginning where there's more white, those are little parts of the image that haven't been compressed. We also do have the option to shut down the system after completion. So if this is something that has to run for a long time, then we can just let it go and idle. Although usually when you are making an image, you'll want to be there or just make sure everything's running smoothly, because with X-Ways, it doesn't always happen. So here we get a little message that our image is done. Total size of the image. It consists of a singular segment. Took about less than a minute. And then all of our other data, just general information about the image we have here, as well as the hash values on the bottom. Hash source data, it says in the beginning, and then on the right, it'll indicate whether it was MD5 or SHA-256, which are the hashes we made. So that is it for today's video. And like I said earlier in the video, there will be part 2 for how to process this image we made today. Thanks for joining Legal Cyber Academy, and if you'd like to check out more from us, we offer courses online which are linked in our other videos and in our About section for our YouTube channel.